Matt with Booredatwork, and what you're looking at here is the Lenovo IdeaTab A1000. This is everything that comes in the box. We got your typical wall charger here. Plug your USB in there. Typical microSD cable. Product information guide for the avid reader. And the quick start guide for those typical guys. Of course, we also have the tablet itself. So taking a look at this tablet, you'll notice on the back here, no camera. No camera on the back. We have one on the front. Not the greatest camera, but I'll show you all about that in a little bit. Volume rocker. Room for a micro SD card. We've got the micro USB charging port. And the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Power button up here, of course. Speaker. And another speaker. And that too I will show you. So, most recently I mentioned the camera. Let's take a look at the camera. If you're looking to, run a photography business, this is not the device to choose to do it with. As you can see, it's not that good. It looks kind of grainy. Probably looks even worse to me than it does on this on the video camera. But, I mean, you take a picture, you look at the picture, and it's a little better than what the preview was, but that's about it. Doesn't get very impressive. Oh, this also kind of drives me nuts. I don't know if you down at the bottom here, we got the three little dots, and you know one of them is home. It's usually the middle. One of them is back. It's usually the left. One of them is apps. But if you forget, these little dots don't help you out very much. I don't know why they do that. It seems kind of silly to me. Why make them change, you know? I don't know. So, most of these widgets here, those come set up standard. Weather, you can go in and add your city or whatever. Anybody with an Android device is going to be right at home. You know, looks just like Android phones and stuff like that. It's running Android 4.1 Jelly Bean. And let's take a look at some of the really cool stuff. The speakers, like I said, actually I hadn't said yet, the speakers, Dolby surround sound. If you're looking to fuel a sweet rave party, this is not the device for you. If you feel like just, listening to a little bit of music and you don't feel like getting up off the couch, you have this in your hands, well then it'll cut the, it'll fit the bill for that. So let's turn it up, see how much you can really appreciate. You can still tell it's a mobile device. You can hear the tinniness. I had to turn that off just because I like that song and really doesn't do it justice. But so the speakers, they do give you the surround sound. They do get fairly loud. Great if you're watching something, maybe sitting in your armchair, watching Netflix or something like that. Also great for games. I did download a game or two just to try to get this CPU to choke. And there's those speakers again. Nothing improves a gaming experience like annoying music, right? So, like I said, I played around with this to try to push the limits of the graphics capabilities. It kept up with me. It didn't choke. It didn't stall out. It didn't crash and burn like like I kind of expected. That's not fair to say. I didn't expect it to crash and burn, but I tried to get it to, and it didn't. One of my favorite things to do with this thing is reading. I know I made that crack about the avid reader. Well, I actually did read that guide, and you can see this is the perfect size for reading. I also have a different tablet of my own, and it's much larger. And I will say that although the larger screen is nice sometimes, when I'm reading, it's kind of a hassle. Texting on this thing or emailing, if you want to create an email, holding it like this, the keyboard is very akin to typing on a sideways Droid or iPhone. I can get my thumb pretty much all the way across. If I'm trying to do it one-handed, It's a little bit of a beast, but you know, who types one-handed on a tablet these days? So, by and large, this thing is pretty darn cool. One of my favoriteest parts about it is the price. Retails for just around $150. You can get yourself one right at Lenovo.com or anywhere else like Amazon or something like that. One thing I did notice, being about this size, I can see myself thinking, well, let me just stick this in my pocket for a second. It's not the most solid piece of machinery. You can see just a little bit of flex, just a little bit of pressure, and you start to get the breakdown of the graphics. You know, so don't sit on it because you'll break it. Be careful you don't drop it because it's a little bit slick. Other than that, this is a fantastic piece of machinery. Pretty much anything you can do on a bigger, more expensive tablet, you can do on this thing. Syncs with all your Droid stuff, all your Google Play apps, and so on. I love this thing. I can't wait to play with it some more. So again, this is Matt with Bored at Work, and enjoy your technology.